Hey everybody, it's Mari, and I'm here with my first December daily video for the month of December. So I'm just showing you here the very first page of my album, which I have created as an introductory page. And what I did was I just, the title of the piece that I have there is What Christmas Means to Me. And I just printed that out on some vellum on my regular printer, and then I just backed that onto some white cardstock, and I attached all of that to my pattern paper with a couple of brads that I had in my stash. So I can't remember what line this paper is from. I have so much Christmas paper in my stash. It's kind of ridiculous, but I feel like this is one piece that I bought this year. I just don't really remember what line it comes from, but I really like it. It's pretty. It's quite subtle. I really liked that about it, and it's got some snowflakes on it and a little bit of red in the background. But I wanted to bring that blue in because I'm going to be using that blue color throughout the album, and starting on this second day of December, I guess, with some presents that I'm going to be wrapping for under the tree. And this spread that I'm working on now is for December 2nd, and I started out with a bunch of papers that I end up changing. So you'll just see me working through that process here. The photograph, I'm just going to go back to that photograph again. So the photograph is going along with the idea for this spread for December 2nd of wish list. And that's one of the things that's on that prompt list from the Felicity Jane prompt list that you saw at the very beginning of the video. And so what I did on the 2nd was I got all of the gifts out that I had on the list that I had shopped from. And I just put all of those gifts out, just so I was kind of taking inventory actually of all of the gifts and just kind of seeing what I had for everybody and what I still sort of needed to get and that kind of thing. So I definitely used that wish list prompt, and I'm using those prompts not necessarily in order from that Felicity Jane list. And I found that on Facebook. Someone posted it there. I can't remember who it was, but I just took a screenshot of it, and I'm just going to be using that for inspiration for my album throughout the month. So this page protector that I'm going to have on the right side of this spread has the two 4x4s, I guess they are, and then that one longer 6x, gosh, I don't know, maybe it's actually 8. I guess it's 8 by maybe 2 inches, that one strip. And I'm just going to mess around a little bit here with some different papers from the Chamel collection that I want to use in those larger pockets. I do use that cut apart with the Santa. That one stays because I really like that it has that Tiffany blue color and then with the red. But I'm going to mix it up a little bit here with the other pattern papers that I'm going to use. I really like that wood grain, that really dark wood grain pattern paper that's in this Christmas Magic collection from Chamel. And what I did was I took a Pebbles recipe card die, and I just cut that wood grain piece that's on the left there. So now I'm just going to take my photograph, which you can see that I have reprinted in a different size. Oh man, indecisive, I'll tell you. That's kind of my middle name. So I ended up deciding that I didn't want the photograph printed in wallet. So I just reprinted it, and I printed it in, I think it's 3x3. And then I just matted it onto some other patterned paper from the Chamel collection. And man, I just love that Christmas Magic collection. I did a haul video on it a while back, and it's definitely one of my favorite Christmas collections from this year, and I hope to be using quite a bit of it throughout this album. So I'm just messing around with what I'm going to put on that left side, and so I decided that I would use the number 2 from one of the cut apart sheets from the Christmas Magic collection. It's so pretty. It has the numbers from 1 to 25, I believe, on it that are in gold glitter, and it's really gorgeous. And if I recall, I don't think, I'm just looking at my album right now, it's kind of the background on that's a little bit off white. It's not exactly white, but it actually looks quite nice with the rest of this layout when I'm finished anyways. So not really sure what I'm doing there. Oh, I'm looking through the little bits, the die cuts and the chipboard pieces and stuff and from that Chamel collection. So what I did was I just took all of the little bits and pieces from Christmas Magic and I put them into an iris tray, one of the trays that goes into an iris container. And so that's what I've got that's on the left side of my table there that I'm just looking through. And I really liked that globe that says Joy to the World on it. So I end up using that for sure on the left side. And I'm just looking for some other bits and pieces through there right now. I probably should have sped this up a little bit, so I apologize for that as you're sitting waiting. But yeah, I like the shape that I cut that picture to, or the size that I cut that picture to or printed it to, rather than the smaller size. And what I find is if all of the photographs are wallet, they tend to be, just a little bit too small, right? When I say wallet, I mean really what they are is they're half of a 4x6, so I guess they would be 2x3. And if all of the pictures are that size, I find that sometimes it gets a little bit tiny for the photo. So I wanted just a larger photo on the right side there. So what I took was some patterned paper, I think maybe from October Afternoon from Silent Night collection, and I just used a punch on the top of it there. And now you can see that I've completely changed the base print pattern paper on the left side, and I have no idea what that pattern paper is. It's really old. I'm not sure what. Anyways, I liked it. I like the tone of red. It matches the tone of red that's in the Chamel collection. So I just went with that, and I'm going to start to do some layering on that left side with a tag that was on a cut apart sheet from Christmas Magic, and then another little pattern piece of paper with some print on it. And just going to do some layering on that left side. And I'm also going to put part of the title on that left side also. So I'm going to stick that down and get those little bits and pieces down there. I think I used the stapler to staple some of those layers together just to get them attached. And I just wanted to put the date on there as well. And then I've got a little ephemera piece that says December on it. That's from my November hip kit that I'm going to put on the recipe card tab there. So that's the December 2nd date that'll be on that left side. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a title on that left side as well. So you can see on the right, what I did was I typed out the story and printed it on my printer. And the top of it says the list. And then the journaling that I do here, I just talk about how every Christmas I have to make myself a list, right, of things that I want to give as gifts and who I need to buy for and what I need to get and so on and so forth. And so I'm just explaining how that list works and the kinds of gifts that I wanted to give this year and why. So I won't be able to share this album with my family until the end of Christmas because the very first page will give away a lot of their gifts already. So I'm just working on sticking things down and getting my embellishments in place. So I wanted to choose some gold alphas. So I started out with these gold foam thickers. And I end up changing my mind and putting down some. I think I end up using maybe some Dear Lizzie ones. Anyways, they're gold glittery ones instead of just these ones that are the foil. And I just like the glitter. I just thought the glitter looked a lot better with the other embellishments that I have on this layout. So I'm going to put those down on some wax paper just to place them in the spot where I want the title on that left side at the top, and you'll see that I decide that I don't really like it and I change to the glittery ones. So I'm just sticking down that December label there and just trying to decide on those thickers. Wow, I don't really realize how slow I actually work until I don't speed up my video. So this one I actually did in real time because it didn't take me that long to do it because it's a pretty tiny little layout, right? but I see now that I probably could have sped it up. So I will do that with my next December layout here for you so that it's not so draggy. Yeah, so that just says wish. So I'm going to end up putting the alphas at the top, so it says wish there, and then I'm going to put some letters over by Santa's hand on the right side where it will say list. So the idea is that it will say wish list, and then the journaling is about the list. So everybody has a wish list at Christmas, right? Maybe. Yeah, I think this year my husband and I just are going to not give each other gifts, because other than just sort of like little stocking stuffers, because we are going on a vacation in February, and we decided that we would sort of splurge and spend our money when we're away on our vacation rather than on each other for Christmas. So that's kind of the plan. I think that's a lot more practical. It makes sense. So I don't think I'm going to be getting any scrappy items in my under the tree this year. Last year I got the Epson PictureMate printer, so that was awesome, and I have really enjoyed using that. It's especially fantastic for Project Life scrapbooking. So I'm almost done spelling out wish there. Wow, so slow. And I'm not really sure why I put it down on wax paper, because I knew where I wanted it to go and I knew I was going to use those letters. But anyways, I guess I just wanted to make sure that it was looking good. I think I'm probably a little bit distracted too, because I started watching Scandal on Netflix while I'm scrapbooking, and that is awesome. Although I sometimes do not know what's going on in that show. I don't know if you guys watch it and if you're the same. Like, there's a lot of really complicated stuff going on there, and I think that I try to scrap while I'm watching it, and I don't always get all of the information that I should. But anyways, I have started watching that lately, so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing while I'm doing this. So it's probably why I'm going so slow. Wow, it almost seems like I slowed it down instead of normal speed or sped up. Anyway, I'm just spelling out list there, and then I'm going to be really pretty much done this layout, other than just sticking down a couple other little pieces of paper and that little chipboard ornament that's at the bottom on the right side underneath the journaling. So we're just going to have a quick little transition here so that you can see what it looks like when it's all finished. So I hope you will enjoy watching these December daily videos. I'm hoping to be documenting in video all of the spreads that I do. At least that's my plan right now. So as long as I have time to do that, I will for sure. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you can come again another time. See you later. Bye.